The cleanup involves petroleum-contaminated soil and water, and the concern that it could pose a threat to marine life if it ever reaches the ocean.
KITV4's Catherine Cruz continues our coverage.
Penco cleanup crews have an oily, smelly mess to deal with. They've had it all day long. 5 hours worth of water from the gas fire ran into storm drains, which then emptied into the canal.
Environmental crews have been working to contain the runoff here at the Aloi. As you can see, they've got absorbent pads, and they're working to soak up the oily sheen on the water.
That spill has been contained, so we'll continue to monitor that in the next few days to make sure if there's any other leaching, we'll be able to capture it at that point.
The fear is that the petroleum-contaminated water would end up in the ocean. The contractor reached out to the state's Hazard Evaluation and Response Office for help. The Coast Guard is monitoring our nearshore waters, but state health officials say so far there have been no reports of any effects on marine life. They believe much of the oily mess was contained by booms left in place from a previous spill. Strong fumes hovered the area near the Aloi clubhouse, and the state hoped the cleanup would only last a day. But you could still smell fumes from where the crews have been working non-stop at the site of the break on Kapahulu. Road builder says it hit the gas line because it wasn't 3 feet below the surface, which is where it's supposed to be.
Our cut was 9 inches deep, and we hit it somewhere around 8 inches, so we didn't rip totally through the pipe, but enough to score it to cause the rupture.
Halfway into the project to repave Kapahulu all the way to Harding, everyone is asking how this could happen.
We don't know exactly why that line was that shallow at this point.
Hawaii Gas says the natural gas lines were laid in the 1970s, so while it knew where the lines were located on the roadway, they're now scouring company records to understand how deep they were buried in this section and why.
And that was Catherine Cruz reporting. Now, once Hawaii Gas comes up with a repair plan, which includes dealing with contaminated soil, the city and the contractor will try and determine how that repaving project will be effective.